Good afternoon, guys. Hope you're enjoying nVision 2016. Presentation number 3 for Brett Anderson. I joked to somebody out at the entryway that they should probably hand out those little foam earplugs so you don't hear my nasally, whiny voice 3 times. So bear with me. I did bring up a special guest with me. I'll introduce, hopefully take some of the pressure off me. But this session, leveraging technology to disrupt the marketplace. Again, Brett Anderson, evangelist, Interactive Services Network Center. My job is to spread the gospel about technology and specifically bridge the gap between a non-technical problem a business is trying to solve and what a technical solution can look like. The agenda for this session, first we're going to give you a little context around market disruption, talk a little bit about the process, and then actually get into the details behind it. I'm going to read a quote here. This is the first time I brought my cell phone on stage here. But actually, my co-presenter here pointed out to me, because he's a big Richard Branson fan, and he showed this to me on Instagram, and it says, find something frustrating, and seeing an opportunity to make it better is what entrepreneurship is all about. And frankly, that's what technology is all about too, right? Finding something that's frustrating, that's difficult, that's not customer-centric, that's inefficient, finding that and changing it, right? Taking some technology, doing it differently, differentiating yourself, being bold, and being, I guess, just really daring. And I think we have a local entrepreneur here, Mark, who's going to join me on stage, and we're going to talk a little bit about his experiences in the technology industry. He's been at tech startups for probably 10 years now, from everything from online continuing education to global real estate, global real estate search engines, sports funds, crowdfundings, things like that. And he found an opportunity, just like Richard Branson pointed out, that he thought was terribly cumbersome and terribly inefficient, and he used it as an opportunity to come up with a great idea. So Mark, you want to tell us your story a little bit?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, sir. The green forwards, right?
The green is forward, and the stop is red back.
Excellent, thank you.
You got it from here?
I do. I can't see real well, but quick show of hands. Who loves fundraising? Woohoo!
That's nobody.
Fundraising's a pain in the butt. We all know that, right? So I'm going to share a story about an example of a type of fundraising. You are probably all familiar with the infamous pizza fundraiser. This is a scenario where you've got a kid that is trying to raise money for his, say, a sports organization, and he's going to go out, he's going to have an order form, he's going to go door to door, or maybe he's going to beg his mom to send a text to all of her friends or call her friends and say, we're selling pizzas to raise money for our soccer team, okay? So what happens now in this situation is the parents will collect all this cash and they'll take all these orders, and because the organization, the youth organization, doesn't want to track all these different checks from all these people, they ask you as a parent to write one check out. So now you as a parent have to take all the money, go deposit that, turn your check in with your pizza order. Okay? Becomes a laborious, long process.
It's really a first to market too, because I'd have friends that have same friends, right? And if I'm selling pizza, I want to get to them first. You got to buy pizza from me, right? You want to buy some pizzas? I'll sell you some pizzas. And then the next thing you know, their phone's ringing while I'm standing at the door. Hey, it's Jimmy down the street. You want to buy some pizzas? I got somebody at the door selling me pizzas right now. It's absolutely painful.
It's painful.
Selling pizzas.
So exactly. And then so what happens, the organization has to track who sold what kids sold what, take all this money, deposit it, place their pizza order. They wait a month or two, and then one day all these pizzas show up. Everybody has to go get their pizza orders and then go back out and deliver it. It's a huge pain in the butt. And at the end of the day, the organization maybe makes $2, $3 a pizza. And so you do all this work for raising money to help offset the cost of that organization. So it's a process that sucks. But at the end of the day, these youth organizations, whether it's a high school band, a church youth group, whatever, they need to help offset their cost. And to do that, they use fundraising. That's the whole premise behind fundraising. So, while it's kind of a pain for these organizations, it's kind of become a necessary evil.
You didn't even get to the most difficult part. When you got to pick up your pizzas, and it's December, and you're standing outside Union Storage, and it's cold, and it's snowing, and it's windy, and it's at night, and you'd rather do something else, and you're trying to get boxes of pizzas loaded into your car. Then you got to take them home, and you got to put them in a freezer.
Yeah.
Until you distribute. You're now distribution.
And hope your kids don't eat them before you have to deliver,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Or I might eat them too.
You might eat them too.
Okay. So back up about 2 years ago, I was working with a startup that we were building a crowdfunding platform. Maybe you've heard of GoFundMe or Fundly. We were developing a new technology called rally4.com. In fact, it's still out there, rally4.com. And I was working with my partners, and I was talking about some ideas that we could help bolster up our go-to-market strategy. And I started formulating this idea for PushSave. And we were meeting in Denver, and I threw out my idea, and they shot it down immediately. And I was like, well, we would go on brainstorming, and as we're brainstorming, I'm still thinking about my idea. So I had to leave that afternoon. I get on a plane, I head back to Fargo, and by the time I landed, I had formed the outline of a business plan for PushSave. So let me explain what PushSave is. I looked at the youth fundraising market. I have 4 little kids. I've done about every fundraising you can possibly imagine under the sun. And I'm thinking, what could I do from a technology perspective to come in? You know, as Brett said, I'm a follower of Richard Branson, eccentric, cool dude, the Virgin brand, goatee, lives in the Caribbean, just a cool dude. Hope to be there someday.
Yeah.
And what could I do in this space to disrupt it, shake it up, leverage technology? 4 kids, done every fundraising under the sun. I know all the pain points of it. How could I leverage technology into that space to bring it into this century? And that's when the idea of PushSave came about. Let's show that this is awesome. This is, maybe you've seen the Blue Book.
You've seen the Blue Book?
Blue Book?
The Blue Book, I found out, has been around for 42 years, right? So I'm 44. I was 2 when the Blue Book was born. This is the Yellow Book. Now I'm holding it purposely like this so you can see it. This is for Sioux Falls.
Yep.
Look at this. It's completely unusable. If you could look at all the coupons that are in here. I don't even know, how do you find something when, I don't
You should put that in your pocket so we
yeah,
can go
here,
out.
because I can put something in my, here, look at this. It doesn't even fit in my, I've been eating a lot of pizzas, but it doesn't even fit in my pocket. This is out of control.
I'm gonna bet, Brett, that everybody in the audience right now has a cell phone, right? So what I've done is I've taken the concept of that book and putting merchants like that are in there on your phone. So we've taken the concept of a coupon book and made it into an app with, of course, Network Center's help. But we've taken it a step further. So not only do you get the convenience of having a coupon book on your phone, but we've given you the opportunity as a consumer, through focus groups and research, we learned that consumers really care about 5 to 7 offers in their book. Well,
They don't care about
90% of fluff, no.
It doesn't even say how many are in here, but it does say it's 18. Hold on, there's a number of pages. Anybody want to take a guess how many pages are in this book? What's that? Jason. 316 pages.
316 pages. They're going to tout that there's like $1,000 of value or more, whatever in there.
18,000.
And I don't want to knock the competitors because clearly, yeah, 18,000.
It's working for something.
Yeah, it's worked, right? But we give you as a consumer the ability to select the merchants that you want to be in your book. So it essentially becomes customizable, right? We actually have a provisional patent filed on this technology. So when you're thinking of technology and disruption, think about what you can protect in that technology. So you'll see here that just as a screenshot, you can see that you select a few merchants. You get to select 10 merchants. Our average book is about $450 of value. You have about 65 coupons from those 10 merchants, places you know you're going to go, right?
So if I don't want to eat at the mixed place for salad wraps or paninis, and I want to eat at Cookie Jar Eatery, I could get just,
you can pick
those.
Yes.
I'm not stuck with these other 452.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Plus, let's say that you and your spouse want to share a book. You download the app through the sales process. You download the app, and then she can download it on hers, and you can download it on yours. You log into the same, and you're sharing the same book. So it's always with you wherever you go. Maybe you forgot your phone in the car, but she has hers when you're out to eat at Applebee's, something like that.
I never forget my phone in the car, but I forget my coupon book in the car.
Right?
If I didn't have my phone, I'd have to talk to my wife, I suppose, right?
That might be a good thing, Brett.
Maybe. Might not be a bad idea.
Okay, so you get to select the merchants you want. Now, how it works from a seller's perspective, leveraging, again, technology. How do these kids communicate today? They use social media, emails, text messaging, etc. So a kid will go in and he'll register for the fundraiser. The parents can also register for the fundraiser to help the kids sell. Mm-hmm. And you simply click on an email link or a text message from your phone. It brings up a pre-populated message. You send that out to a whole bunch of people. They click on your link. Your link is identified to you because you've registered in that fundraiser. That money comes back into your account, and you can see on my example here, this was my son. He was ranked #1 out of 23 kids selling, as he probably should be since his dad.
You hacked the data. He was not #1.
I might have, whatever. But you can see that on the right there, it shows who bought from him and what day they bought. So, Uncle Brett here didn't buy one yet. Man, I'm going to hit him with another text message. I might call him and say, dude, you got to buy from me, man. I'm sending you a link.
This is the actual text message I got from my 14-year-old son playing soccer at Davies. Hey, Dad, can you please, PLZ, buy a coupon book that my Davies team is selling? I need to sell at least 6, please. Here's the link. And so I'm looking at it going, oh, yeah, PushSave, and it's got a unique identifier, right? And then he says, can you send it to your friends? Here's what you'd want to say. And he copies and pastes this text that his coach gave him with the link to it, a customizable, mobile, in bold letters, Davies Boys Athletic. I'm like, it's so easy for my 14-year-old to describe to me how to sell it, not knowing that I already know how it works. And I did say, would you just want me to go on the back end and put you down for 6 of them, or what do you want me? No. So I said, I copy paste the text, send it out to a few people, buy the book. Like that, it's done.
Like that, it's done. So we've eliminated the need to go door to door, collecting cash, taking orders, turning that in, tracking all the activity. From the organization's perspective, we can show them what kids sold what. All the money goes right into the organization's account. We have a platform, an e-commerce tool that we use called Stripe Connect. It connects to the bank account, so we don't touch any of the money. That's a liability when you look at school fundraising. You think of athletic directors or these PTAs. Sometimes they'll be sitting on $20,000, $30,000 of cash. Gets real tempting. Or let's say that you just don't want to be accused of it. Yeah. Now you don't have to touch it. Athletic directors are loving PushSave because they're not having to send their kids out with the liability of sending them out doing a fundraiser. So we've eliminated that issue as well. So, my message back to you, I know I blew through PushSave really quick. I didn't want to make this a message about PushSave. I just wanted to give you an overview of what me as an entrepreneur, I looked at a market, I looked at where the market was lagging, and what can I do, something that I'm passionate about, and bringing technology in to disrupt that market. So, I look at like contentment or the normal or status quo, whatever you want to call it, and I say, get rid of it. No matter what industry you're in, look at what you're doing today, and I'm going to guess that probably all your competitors are doing it too. So are you really setting yourself up with a unique differentiator that's making you different than your competitors? How can you leverage technology? And the old cliche, thinking outside the box, right? How can you think outside the box in your business, whether it's banking or healthcare, manufacturing, whatever it might be? What can you do differently in your business to make it different, disrupt that market, bring new technology in, shake things up, and set yourself apart? So think about your industry and how you can leverage technology and the different technologies to be different.
From a healthcare perspective, if you go out to Jobs HQ or Indeed or whatever site it is, there are literally in Fargo-Moorhead, I would bet close to 700 job openings in healthcare, right? And so you're looking at attracting talent, you're looking at trying to bring talent in, keep them integrated, keep them educated, keep them engaged, keep them that stickiness piece, right? How does technology help you with that? You can look at it from a banking perspective and the push notifications, differentiating yourself from those around you. So again, technology uses a disruptor to do something different when you've got a process that's completely frustrating, antiquated, and difficult to use. One of the things that you didn't hit on with PushSave is...
We should hit on that.
You know what I like about it?
I know where you're going with this.
What is it?
About having to do the notifications when you walk into a business.
Yes, exactly.
And driving redemptions.
So I mentioned I will forget this every time. I will not forget this. But just because I have it doesn't mean I necessarily know I've got it. Oh, that's right, Pizza Ranch, coupon. How do you guys address something like that?
So what we're doing now, working through the process, is like geofencing and alerts, notifications. So when you walk into a business, your phone, if you have your notifications on, your phone would buzz. And it would remind you that when you open it up, you've got coupons there to use those coupons at that business. So we're already seeing statistically our redemption rates are destroying the norm, right?
What's the normal redemption rate
2%.
for this?
That one, if they can get 5 to 7 offers that are redeemed out of that book, they're crushing it. That's their goal.
Really?
Okay, and you think of how many pages and how many merchants and how many coupons?
317.
Statistically, they say nationally, if you do 2% redemption, you're doing great. I've seen in some of our data, like Subway is an example, great partner of ours from a merchant perspective, and I've seen them as high as 17% redemption rate. And so that perks up the ears of those merchants that it's driving true value to that business. So from a merchant perspective, our merchant partners, where we're going with this is all the data on the back end, tracking redemption rates, tracking where people are using coupons to drive further value to those consumers, but then engaging the merchants on that side of it as well. One merchant of ours is grossing $1,200 a week off of PushSave coupons being redeemed in their restaurant. That $1,200 translates to $63,000 of gross revenue a year. They have 35 locations, over $2.5 million for that business. So eventually, PushSave will be monetizing our merchant network as well. Today, we make our money on a split of revenue with the book. So yeah, that was a good point that I did blow right by. So thank you.
Well, and that's a different way of looking at it, right? The value in PushSave, from my perspective as a consumer, is the list of merchants. Your challenge is to drive value for the merchants so that they become partners with you, right? So as you can statistically show how this can drive $2.x million a year for this particular partner as you're speaking to other merchants, as opposed to a 2% redemption rate on something, A, it's too big to carry, and B, you're never going to remember to bring it in anyways. And you can increase your redemption rates, which increases participation, increases stickiness, increases satisfaction. With push notifications, I walk in the room, I walk in the building, it buzzes me, hey, I got a coupon. Excellent. This makes me happy, right?
Yep.
I'm getting something for it. So it becomes a win-win for everybody. And you think some of those coupons, too, they can drive additional, right? So it's, with the purchase of this, you get this, right? So you drive purchases. So it's fantastic. But what I really like about it, rolling it back a bit, when somebody asks me to buy the coupon book, I feel like I'm being sold to, right? I feel like they're telling me, hey, you should buy this. Here's the reasons you need this. When I have the PushSave app, I choose where I'm going to shop, and it's like I'm shopping. It's different from being sold to than me going out buying. It's a different mentality, right? And so leveraging that in terms of disrupting the marketplace, another reason why it works.
Yeah, we found in doing it right, when you're thinking about disrupting your industry and leveraging technology, I encourage you to get a focus group. We had a focus group early on. We've done a poor job of going back and trying to engage them again, and we need to get back into that. But engage with the focus group, because you learn a lot from your audience. And rather than being in the box and just being involved in what you're doing, ask other people in the market. And we asked them about the value of supporting these organizations and groups. And number one, hands down, I support the kid or I support the group. That's why they're going to buy it. They don't care what they're buying, right? Yep. They'll buy wreaths or wrapping paper. I've even heard of garbage bags. I mean, you're going to buy whatever to support that organization, number one. But number two, what's in it for me? So in this case, we're providing true value. We're seeing consumers buying 2, 3, 4 books. They're saving hundreds of dollars. We have a customer of ours that bought a book, actually 5 of them. She saved over $1,000. So she spent $100 to save $1,000. That's unbelievable if you ask me. But so when we were going through the process with the focus group, we came on this point of identifying that they like to shop. As you said, we don't like to be sold something, we like to buy something as consumers. And so that's where we came up with the idea of enabling the consumer to select the merchants they want. We've heard, well, 10 are not enough. Well, we're going to have some opportunity down the road to maybe upsell them or buy another book, so there's upsell opportunities as well. So.
And keeping it digital like this, there's another benefit to it. Let's say you've got this coupon book and one of the businesses you enjoy working with closes, goes out of business, retires. How does PushSave handle it? Because electronically it can be handled differently, right?
Yeah, so in this case here, you're out of luck, unfortunately, that business, let's take People's Organic. Love People's Organic. They're no longer in business. They were our very first merchant. Well, they're no longer. So in this case, if they're in that book, you're out of luck. What we're able to do is provide you with an opportunity to go back in and pick a new merchant. That technology is not released yet, but with Network Center's help, it should be done.
We'll have to go back. Where's the project manager?
Anyway, so what we've done to kind of over-deliver at this point is we just issue them a new book. And, but we'll be able to issue them credit to go in and pick a new merchant. So there's a lot of different things we can do from our technology perspective, and I'm sure we're going to learn a lot more along the way.
And I think the piece you started to touch on, which is critical, is the data, right? So your relationship with merchants, your understanding of what customers are doing and their buying habits. We've talked about it in prior presentations. That is just valuable, right? It can be the new currency in the new market space. You're positioned to understand people's purchasing habits and what they're doing and where they're spending their dollars becomes very valuable in terms of how you leverage it. As long as you leverage it in a way that delivers value, right?
Yep.
And it makes it worthwhile for the consumer.
Yep.
Good.
Absolutely. That's all I've got. So,
well, we appreciate it. I hope this was maybe an eye-opening way of considering what your business does today and finding a way that you can do something different, right? So think of the norm, think of what everybody else is doing, think of something that's frustrating, and say, I want to turn it upside down. I want to try something different, because that's exactly what PushSave has done, just as from an application perspective, but they certainly could apply those lessons to, pick your industry, banking, finance, production. I see a hand over there. Yeah. Yell. Oops, I don't have to yell.
You've done a great job disrupting the market. How are you planning on scaling that then? So you're in Fargo, correct? Fargo, Moorhead?
yeah, currently we're in Fargo, Moorhead, well, the Red River Valley from Grand Forks on down to Wahpeton, Jamestown, Moorhead, et cetera, all the way over to Bismarck, Sioux Falls. We're growing into Minneapolis right now. So I'm looking for, in the process of aligning ourselves with a strategic partner to acquire merchants. That's the number one challenge that we face today as a small startup, is getting merchants engaged with our product. And so I'm looking to align myself with companies or a company that already has a sales force in the market or a merchant network that we can partner with that would engage with us and bring their merchant network into our platform. And then once we do that, there's companies out there that do fundraising that don't have this product, that we can align with them, that they have a sales force in the market, which would be more on an affiliation revenue sharing model, or having our own reps into the market, or there's independent reps, or there is just online marketing using technology and social media to promote us. We get leads. I got one today from Minneapolis. We were in the paper a while back, and I'm getting leads from New York to Florida to California to Alaska. So if we flip on our online marketing efforts, we'll start to get leads and be able to do this thing virtually.
Good question. Do we hit it, all the points you had? Okay, good. Other questions? Looks like we're good. Appreciate your time, guys. Enjoy the rest of nVision. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.